Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alfening. So we have a few tweets here. Let's go through them. A lot is happening in the crypto sphere. Everything is looking very good with the bank coin. So let's start off with a little bit of Stellar. Okay, so here you have a tweet from Stellar.org. It says, catch our chief operating officer on the master stage at hashtag PBS 2020, where he'll give a keynote on how CBDCs and stablecoins will share the road to a more inclusive financial system. This could be very good. This is something where hopefully it will be virtual. What did they say? What did they say is the medium? Okay, so it does say online. Okay, so that's very good. So hopefully we can watch this online, and maybe even there will be information released that will give us more insight into what's going to be happening on the Stellar blockchain. This could be huge. And he's specifically talking about CBDCs and stablecoins. See how they're always glued together? Listen, and XLM, I don't know how the Stellar Foundation wants to go about this. They do have their automated market maker. So listen, external entities can take their destiny into their own hands if they wanted to pool XLM for liquidity. As Stellar stated on their own website, stellar.org, Lumens provide liquidity for otherwise illiquid assets. That's what they said, right? So you can pool XLM for liquidity, and what better way than an asset that already has proven, but that not only could it be stable in price, but it can be volatile enough as proof that it can rise in price enough with enough people pulling their money into it, obviously, where it will become a sufficient cushion. It can be a sufficient cushion that can be stabilized for liquidity, especially if you're removing chunks of XLM from the ecosystem to have operating in a closed ecosystem, which is highly possible. You can remove a giant chunk of XLM, which, by the way, would make that price rise. That's another thing. That would make that price rise because it would make the circulating supply lower, that you've taken this giant allotment and placed it into a closed ecosystem. So now the circulating supply is lower, and thus the price will go up as XLM just became that much more rare. So there is always the possibility of that. Will that actually happen? There's no telling, okay? And there's no guarantees, but that's definitely possible. So I hope that someone will actually do that because it would make that price rise. But yes, you could create a substantial liquidity cushion for yourself and your stable coins and your CBDCs with XLM, and XLM is regulatory compliant. The Stellar Foundation, as of now, I personally very much enjoy the work of Denell Dixon, so I'm going to highlight Denell Dixon. Is easy to work with, so yeah, I can see that. Hopefully, that's a possibility, and we'll see how the future, how things are molded into the future. So yeah, so this could be very interesting, very huge, and I hope that one thing I hope that they do, and I've seen a lot of organizations starting to shy away from this, I hope they put out the transcripts. If you remember last year, one of the great things about doing research is that all of the banks will put out they had an ample amount of transcripts, a lot of transcripts, not just PDFs, transcripts. Any speech that they did, they will put out the transcript for it. There's a lot of central banks this year that they haven't put out many transcripts. You know, a few PDFs here and there. Even the PDFs have just at times have been, there's been a little bit of a drought in PDFs, okay? And a lot of their PDFs have been repetitive. That's another thing. They had a lot of unique perspectives last year in their PDFs. This year, there's been a lot of repetition. So I guess maybe I could take it in a way that they're trying to drive a point home. That would make logical sense. So hopefully with this here, and we would definitely need it. We would definitely enjoy it. Hopefully we can get a transcript of what is being said, okay? And I like to personally analyze a lot more from written documents. I want to make my own. I want to make up my own mind about what you're trying to convey. In a video, you can be swayed too much. Like there's so much involved with the energies of a video, the way a person might look when they say something. There's intention behind some of their physicality that might go in the opposite direction of what the words are actually trying to convey. You get what I'm saying? So, but anyway, with documents, it's much more cut and dry. It's up to you to make your own interpretation, and I like that. So hopefully they will put out the transcript, but that's huge for the Stellar Development Foundation. So there you have it. So the date is April the 14th at 11 to 11:30 CEST. There you have it. So we have that happening there with Stellar. Let's go to this next tweet here. So this one here is a tweet from Celo. It says, finally, at Celo org, market cap surpassed $2 billion again. Now, I want to say this. In order to make as much money and do the business deals that you need to do, you have to have extreme amount of focus to the point where it's insane to other people how focused you are. All right. Everything else is a distraction. Because making that money is going to allow you to have the house that you want to have, the car that you want to have, the freedom that you want to have. Walk on the beaches that you never were able to access before because they're big money beaches and they cost a lot of money. Maybe you could purchase a beach. Take that private helicopter. You don't want a private plane anymore. Maybe you want to ride in a private helicopter, so you can do that now. Like, there's so many things. So you have to have the money to do that. You have to have the money to do that. Maybe you're not superficial, right? Maybe you're not superficial and you want to change the world. You can't change the world without money right now. So the more money you have, the more of the possibility that you can change the world. This is why people love the bank coins, because the bank coins can give them the type of money that they want to be able to change the world, to be able to lobby the government the way that they want to be able to spend money and lobby at some of these companies, if that's a thing or however you want to phrase that, so that the companies can change the way that they do business. Or maybe you can put money behind it, a technology that can make the world a better place or something like that. But it takes money to do that. It takes money to do that. But if you're not focused, you can't get to this money if you're not focused. So, Celo. Finally, at Celo org, market cap surpassed $2 billion again. So that's very good development. Celo has been doing a very good job. As I've said plenty of times, it goes parabolic so easy. Look at the charts last year. Look at what it did last year. Some of you already know. Some of you are newcomers here. Celo goes parabolic easily. And now, since that time, and that was back when before they had a class A team. Before, don't get me wrong, before their team was great. But over the last year, they've brought in some major players, heavy hitters. Have you been doing your research? They brought in some heavy hitters from the banking system. Listen, they're in Africa. They're planting roots in Africa now as well. At some point in the future, Celo is going to explode. They're going to be doing very well for themselves. In my humble opinion, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But that price is going to raise. Raise it all. That price is going to raise. Muy linda, mi gente. It's going to raise. And a lot of people, because of that, a lot of people will be living better. They'll be able to pay more bills. They'll be able to have more food on the table. Because of things like that. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Let's go to this next tweet here. This is from Algo Algorand, one of the kings of coins. One of the kings. Many kings in the world. Many kings throughout history simultaneously. I know some people get upset about that. No, but my coin is king. There have always throughout history, and that has to extrapolate into human psychology. There's always multiples of kings, and as well as queens. Algorand is one of them. XRP is one of them. XLM is one of them. Hbar. They are the kingdom filled with kings. I don't know that. I don't know if that came out right, but it sounded better in my mind. Here's a tweet from Algorand Foundation. A reminder to would-be governors, sign up to #Algorand community. Governance is through a zero algo transaction. Please do not send algo to the escrow account, as this doesn't sign you up as a governor. So I guess some people were doing that. You know, there's some confusion on these particular things, but this is why you have to be careful. This is why you have to go to their websites, read the proper information on how to sign up for these particular things and undergo the proper processes to be a governor And look how that's just a great thing there. So, you know, you get to stake Algorand, you're making a good amount of money. I guess it depends on how much algo you have, right? You get the more money you put in, the more rewards you earn, right? The more money that you stake in algo, the more rewards you earn. That's a great thing right there. But you also get to be a governor. So you get to vote on what's happening in the ecosystem. So you're literally being given the opportunity to be a part of history. I enjoy that. I like that. And it shows, it's Algorand showing the people who are on the ground level, the people who hold algo, that they matter, that they care about them, that they want them to be a part of the team. I appreciate that. And more than that, I respect that. I respect it. Respect goes a long way. By the way, I want to say that respect goes a long way. I will never forget, like I'll say this, I'm big on respect. I will never forget the people who have shown me respect, love, you know, kindness. I don't forget any of them. I remember you all, right? That's why sometimes I come out, I do little things just to show the love back, the kindness back, the respect back. Algorand has a great environment. That price, in my humble opinion, has so much potential for the future. This is going to be, in my humble opinion, a big money coin in the future. A big money coin. I don't see how Algorand loses. They're loved by states. They have city coins and state coins that are going to be rolled out on Algorand. In my humble opinion, if you look at how things are going in Florida to Miami Accelerator, I'm pretty sure in Europe, they have corridors in Europe. They have corridors. I believe Algorand has some corridors in Africa, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they have corridors in Africa, or they're building some. And they have tons of corridors in Latin America. They are loved in Latin America. I'm pretty sure plenty of CBDCs will be coming out, or national digital currencies on Algorand in Latin America. They've been dominating there. This is going to be a big money coin. Big money coin. And I believe that because of the respect and prestige of Silvio Macaulay is going to bring in a lot of big money as well in the United States. So when that regulatory clarity hits, I expect Algorand's price to go insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Anybody remember that song? No, Alpha Neem, you're the only one that remembers that song. It's a good song, but it's going to go insane, in my humble opinion. Let's go here to another tweet. This is from the Algorand Foundation. It says, congratulations to team at Folks Finance on going live on Algorand mainnet. The team at Folks Finance also provide an alternative option for would-be governors who wish to participate in #Algorand community governance. #Green Crypto, #Shape the Future. So it says 3, 2, 1, the time has come. #Folks Finance Capital Markets Protocol is now live on Algorand #mainnet. So there you have it. More ways to involve yourself as a governor. Algorand provides so many different facets and ways that people can participate in the ecosystem and benefit themselves from the system. It's one of the few ecosystems where everybody all around is benefiting and they're thriving. That's important. Their system is thriving. It's not surviving. It's not struggling. Okay. And as I said before, the people who got in early on Algorand experienced a heck of a parabolic run and made some good money, depending on how many coins they hold. If you hold a lot of coins, you make some great money. All right. They got in very, very low. Okay. Much lower than even where you see now. They got in very, very low. So they are thriving. All right. And it's just a matter of time before they have more parabolic runs based on the work that they have done. They laid the tracks. So it's just a matter of time. But when you have that regulatory clarity, yeah, I expect that price to take off, to have liftoff. Okay. So here we have another tweet. This is from Algo Mint. And it says, we are pleased to confirm a new strategic partnership with decentralized insurance protocol, Insure Nimble. So here you have it. They have an Insure. Let's click on this and see if it'll go through. Decentralized insurance protocol. That is very interesting. So here it says Nimble at Insure Nimble, decentralized and democratized insurance. Risk pool DAOs equals opportunity to earn. So that's very interesting. There's so many things happening on Algorand. It's unbelievable. And I think it goes without saying that the future is very bright. And the funniest part is this is just the beginning of the golden age. This is nothing. This is nothing. Even though they're doing all of this fantastic work, because I understand who their team is, because I understand the vision and the hunger behind their team, I know that this is only the beginning. So, I mean, the future will tell, but the future is extremely bright when you're talking about Algorand. All right, so let's continue on here. Let's go forward a little bit and more. You have more from Algorand in relation to Algorand. This is from Opulus app, our new Apple staking pool with Algo Org opens tomorrow. Lots of Apple fam have been asking for this one. Stake Apple to earn Apple. Hashtag Apple season. Hashtag Algo. New staking pool incoming. Algo Fi. More staking opportunities. There you have it. So there's a lot. Algorand is there's so many opportunities with Algorand to earn some money and have passive income is unbelievable. So I have another tweet here from Celo. There's been so many things happening here, but let's get to a little bit of Hedera Hbar. This is from a Twitter page, and it goes, @Galaxy app is an online marketplace that uses cryptocurrencies unique to the content creators on their platform. It's built on Hedera Hashgraph, a blockchain whose energy consumption was ranked the lowest in UCLCBT's study. Yes, I believe Hedera is carbon negative. I remember reading a lot of articles, and we covered that last year, but correct me if I'm wrong, Hedera is carbon negative. So when you're talking about green technologies, it doesn't get greener than Hashgraph. Also, it doesn't get more secure than Hashgraph. And also, it doesn't get much faster at base level. It doesn't get faster than Hashgraph. The way that it can scale up, its scalability is unbelievable. Its potential transactions per second are unbelievable. A lot of people, they don't like to hear that, but it's true. Listen, Hashgraph is different. It's superior to blockchain. Hashgraph is superior to blockchain. And it's at its base level, it's so powerful that when it upgrades, it's going to be mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. This is why it behooves all of the different foundations and companies behind the bank coins to make sure that they're keeping their protocols upgraded. If they want to continue to be competitive against Hashgraph, they're going to need to. Because once Hashgraph upgrades, it's going to be unbelievable. I'm talking about some of the future upgrades when there are massive improvements, and believe me, it's coming. Hedera is backed by Google, Boeing, FIS. Do I need to keep going? Unbelievable. Unbelievable who they have on their governing board, okay? So I expect massive things out of Hbar. Hbar's price is going to go insane. And they haven't even begun. They haven't even begun this massive marketing push that they were saying that they're going to do. But they definitely have stepped up their efforts as far as putting out different partnerships and activities they have going on, developing their NFT sphere. I have no question in my mind that Hedera will be, Hbar will be one of the top crypto protocols in a short time. I mean, yeah, it's not a question in my mind. And, look, maybe it'll take a little bit of time, but it only depends on their governing body and how hard they want to push. If Google wanted to push Hedera, it would shoot up to being one of the best crypto protocol on the planet and revered around the planet in a short time. If Google wanted to push it, same thing with Boeing. And do I have to actually say FIS? Listen, big money is behind Hedera. So the limitation on Hbar is simply just the limitation of that the governing board wants to place on it. Other than that, there's no limitation. It could do the most. It could dominate if it wanted to. It could take over. But I think what's holding them back is lack of regulatory clarity. And they don't want to run afoul of these governing bodies. They don't want those problems. The government loves to go against these companies. They love to put these companies in their place. The companies are wise. They're smart. They don't want those problems. So you're going to wait until there's regulatory clarity, and then you're going to see these bank coins take off. It's like you've never seen anything before. That is one of the biggest things that's slowing them down. It's not stopping them, but it's slowing them down because everyone has to be very, very careful about what they do. They don't want to subpoena. They don't want to end up in court. Who does? So you have that. All right. So I had one more tweet. Let's see. This is an article on Hedera.com. Meet Strato, a concise yet powerful SDK alternative for JS developers. So you have even more things happening on Hedera. Let's just read this little tidbit here. It says a bit of history, context, and motivation. The library was born during the Hedera Filecoin grant received for the My Taskbar gig economy platform. That was the moment when the Builder Labs dev team, the one working on the grant, first came together and saw the need for development tooling which would help speed up our efforts. As such, Strato came into being with the hope that it will be used in all our ongoing and future Hedera work. This also includes the Head Starter Launchpad, our current drive and focus. As its essence, Strato strives to simplify the development of dApps, bringing the experience closer to what a Web3 developer is usually accustomed to by abstracting away from the verbosity of Hedera SDK JS with little to no functionality sacrifice in the process. There you have it. So they're making things a little bit simpler. And let me tell you, that's going to go a long way. And I think people will see the potentiality of Hedera and they will love it. And its ecosystems are going to continue to explode, and that price is going to shoot through the roof, in my humble opinion. It's not going to be where it is now. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.